Salute ATP, it's your boy Claymore Rain. As y'all can see, it's the next morning. I'm on my way to work. Man, listen, man. This is what boxing is all about, man. Last night was such a great event. What a win for OLEKSANDR USYK. Once again, salute to that brother. Putting in that work. If you guys watch the post-fight conference, Usyk just, what a tearjerker, you know, just talking about how much he sacrificed to get to this point, you know, going all the way back until about 9 months ago when he was preparing for this fight. He was just, all he could think about his fight. He missed his kid's birthday. He missed the birth of his daughter, all the holidays with his family, the sacrifices, you know, that this guy made to get himself ready mentally and physically for this fight. His team that he gave the respect to, that was just making sure he got the right amount of sleep, making sure he walked, ran, sparred. I mean, this guy really just, listen, man, what a disservice it would have been for us as fans of boxing to miss a fight like this. You know, when you go through all the pay-per-views that you pay for, when you go through all of the actual sacrifices that us as fans make to potentially catch a moment like this, to catch a history-making moment, you don't want to miss a moment. You don't want to have that one pay-per-view go by where something spectacular, historical is made, and you missed it because you slept on boxing. You slept on boxing. Last night was a great night. I felt good to spend my $73, $68.99 plus tax. You know what I'm saying? To see that fight. I was literally watching that fight from the daytime, catching it on my phone because I wasn't home. Obviously, I was working yesterday. I got home in time to catch the actual main event. Actually, you know, had Panera for dinner last night. Went to Panera, got me something, came home, no time to get, you know, I had to see this fight, you know what I mean? And it was well worth it. I knew it had the potential, at least, to deliver the way it did, and I'm so happy that it did. Great fight, man. I knew already to pay attention to the weight cut. I told you guys before that the intangibles were going to make a big difference in this fight. Why? Both these guys are such highly skilled, high pedigree fighters. When you get fights like this, very similar to the Errol Spence-Terence Crawford fight in so many ways. I know a lot of people be like, no, Terence dominated, you know, in this fight it was way more competitive, but it was the intangibles, right? For me, it was the intangibles in this fight. Who was going to be the better boxer? Who knows? You know, some people would argue that Tyson Fury was going to come in as the better boxer. He's always shown you how much of a high pedigree and high IQ he has in that ring, the ability to move, being that big, that ability he brings to these matches is amazing. You know, you just don't see big men delivering boxing clinics the way you'll see Tyson Fury do it, the movement that he's going to bring into the ring. And then you look at Usyk, who comes with that high amateur background, Olympian, gold medal, undisputed champion in the cruiserweight division. He beat Anthony Joshua twice. When we talk about boxing, this guy, there's arguments there to say that Usyk was going to come into this fight and be the best boxer. Arguments on both sides. But what were the intangibles going to be? Everything that happened on the outside, right? The lifestyle, you know what I mean? The sacrifices made to get ready for this fight. You know, we have to put everything into perspective. The weight cut, I emphasized on the weight cut. How much was that going to be a factor? Tyson Fury cutting that weight, coming down to 262 pounds to come and fight Usyk. A lot of people felt like, don't give up your size, Tyson. Don't try to outbox Usyk. Tyson Fury knew who he was. I said earlier in another one of my breakdowns, I said, who were we going to see in this fight? What Tyson Fury were we going to see? Were we going to see the pre-Sugar Hill or the post-Sugar Hill, right? Pre-Sugar Hill with Ben Davidson, boxing, putting on these clinics and these fights, showing everybody that a big guy can move around the ring and box, or post-Sugar Hill, the power puncher, the guy who stopped Dylan White, the guy who stopped Deontay Wilder 2 times. Right? Who is he going to be? Man, bro. And then you combine the fact that Tyson Fury had a fight with Francis Ngannou, where Francis Ngannou was able to sit him down. The whole world questioned Tyson Fury's boxing ability. Did that fight make a difference in this fight? Did Tyson Fury decide to become a boxer? Did he really attribute his loss to Francis Ngannou to his boxing skills not being the showcase of the night? Right? Because Francis Ngannou was able to neutralize Tyson Fury's power, leaning on Francis Francis Ngannou? Did he lose faith in his ability to deliver that with an even more agile, way higher, a higher pedigree Usyk? Did he respect Usyk too much coming into this fight to the point where he changed the way he fights? Man, those questions got answered last night. Those questions got answered last night. Tyson Fury came into the ring presumptuously in the best shape of his life since maybe a Vladimir Klitschko fight. And he decided he was going to box on the back foot. And Usyk made it a point to let it be known that you're going to have to fight tonight because I'm pressing it. Look at Alexander Usyk dig deep again, just like he did with Anthony Joshua. He was hurt in the fight, but understood how important it was going to be to push the pace of this fight, to stay on Tyson Fury, to make sure Tyson Fury was mentally as well as physically being fatigued in this fight, not allow Tyson Fury to just be relaxed, as Tyson Fury was looking for moments to lean up on the rope, putting one arm on the rope, throwing out the jab. He's a big guy. It looked like his arms got a little tired at some point in the fight as well. And then the biggest factor, well, maybe not the biggest factor, but one of the biggest factors was Alexander Usyk going to be able to hurt Tyson Fury, get that respect. Let me tell you guys, he definitely did that, right? He busted his nose. He put a nice little rabbit under his eye. And then he did the thing that nobody thought he was going to be able to do. He hurt Tyson Fury, had him stumbling across the ring. Some people say it should have been stopped. Said the referee robbed Alexander Usyk his opportunity to actually stop the big man in Tyson Fury. But shout out to the referee. Great referee. Great judges last night. The referee did the right thing. The rope held up Tyson Fury. That's a knockdown. That 10 count might have saved Tyson Fury from being knocked out. But Alexander Usyk digging deep, getting hurt with uppercuts, constantly, Tyson Fury did a great job last night. Alexander Usyk just showed the dog in him, showed the warrior in himself by weathering the storm, not letting go of the game plan, knowing that that was the game plan to win the fight, that the fight was going to be won in his ability to fatigue and to put that constant pressure on Tyson Fury and force Tyson Fury to show the world why he was the best heavyweight in the world. And Tyson Fury just wasn't able to quite get there. Great fight. The judges scored it 115-112. Usyk 114-113, Tyson Fury 114-113, Alexander Usyk for the split decision, and new undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. What a story, what a movie, what a fight. And the undercard delivered. A victory for Turki Al-Sheikh. If there's ever been a victory for Turki Al-Sheikh, last night was probably the pinnacle of the star on the top of his Christmas tree, right? Was the showcase talent on his dinner plate. You got the vegetables, you got your starches, but that protein, that steak, the star of the show was this heavyweight undisputed championship that he was able to coordinate last night. He was able to put that together in a great event. Great event. Spared no expense. Spared no expense to give the world what the world needed to see. We almost missed it, guys. We almost didn't get this fight. I'm telling you guys, we almost didn't get this fight. You got to give Turki Al-Sheikh his respect. We almost didn't get this fight. And we got one more to go with the Undisputed Light Heavyweight Championship. We had an injury, but inshallah, everything will come together. And we'll find a way to see that fight happen and see Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev square up for that Undisputed Light Heavyweight Champion of the world. Boxing is great. Turki Al-Sheikh has brought boxing back. The face of boxing is Turki Al-Sheikh, because what he's doing, you can't tell me or show me or point me in the direction of what promotional company was going to be able to put these fights together the way he did. The undercard delivered. That's another video. That's another video. Shout out to Ajit Kabayel with an overwhelmingly dominant stopping of Frank Sanchez. He's here, guys. He did a great job against Madrimov, the Russian Mike Tyson, on his last event. Then he comes into this event, still undefeated, and stops Frank Sanchez. Shows that there's levels to this game. The triangle theories don't work, guys. Unless we see these fights don't happen. I know that sounds rhetorical to say, but it's the truth. We've gotten comfortable in a society where people are willing to call out how fights will be and dismiss the value of fights happening. Triangle theories don't work. These Eastern Europeans are here. These Eastern Europeans are here. Put Terence Crawford on notice. Get ready, brother. Be your best self. I'm a big fan of Terence Crawford. Ismail Madrimov is going to be a big challenge for him. 154 pounds. He has to prepare for the best fighter he's ever fought. He doesn't know. I remember one time Terence Crawford was asked about whether Errol Spence was going to be his hardest fight. He said, I don't know, not until I get in the ring with him. Because sometimes the guy who you think is going to be your hardest fight is the easiest fight. And the guy who you think is going to be the easiest fight is your hardest fight. Styles make fights. Shout out to Shakur Stevens. Salute. You got an Eastern European on the horizon coming for you. You've seen how he performed against Frank Martin. We're going to find out if that was a fluke or if that Eastern European is the truth. I happen to think he's the truth, and I think Shakur Stevenson, get ready. Get ready. I think he should win, but you can't sleep on these Eastern Europeans. You just can't do it, right? Shout out to Berichek last night, beating Emmanuel Navarrete, becoming a WBO lightweight champion. The Eastern Europeans in the building. I could do this all day. A lot of excitement. Had to get this reaction out, as showbiz would say, the morning after, right? But what a great card last night. Nothing lackluster about it. Both those heavyweights came in and delivered the fight. A lot of people was wondering if that fight was going to be boring or not. A lot of people was wondering if this fight was going to be boring. And it wasn't. It wasn't. It delivered on all levels. A big victory on multiple different facets of this game last night, from the show to the card to the main event. What else do you want? That's how our pay-per-view money is supposed to get spent. That's how our pay-per-view money is supposed to get spent. If you're going to pay for a pay-per-view, you want to see what you saw yesterday. You want to see what you saw yesterday. A great day of boxing yesterday, right? Shout out to Top Rank for putting together their fight together and having Navarrete on there. Shout out to Norman Jr. I can't remember his first name right now because I'm so excited. That was a great fight as well. We got a lot to talk about on the live on Tuesday, guys. Make sure you tap in. Make sure you tap into the ATP Combat Media Show on Tuesday. We're going to be breaking all this down. We got to get into these fights. We got to get into the main event. We got to be in and out like a robbery, but we're going to take our time on this one. We're going to take our time on this one. It's going to be a long show. It's going to be a good show on Tuesday. You guys tap in, and we're going to knock this out. Let me know what you think in the comments, though. I got a question for you. A, how does Tyson Fury and AJ look now? Does it look better now that Tyson Fury's taking this loss? Because you guys have to imagine, if Tyson Fury would have beat USYK after USYK beat Anthony Joshua 2 times, they might have discredited or dismissed the value of this fight. Or then again, do we need to see AJ with USYK for a 3rd time? And is Alexander Usyk pound for pound the best fighter in the world now? Big question. You know, they don't like to give the heavyweights they don't like to put the heavyweights in the pound for pound conversation. But if we put his career and take it into consideration, and also keep in mind that he didn't start, well, he started his career, I believe, at heavyweight from what I understand, but he was a cruiserweight undisputed champion. He came into the heavyweight division, beat Anthony Joshua twice, and came in and just beat Tyson Fury, potentially the best heavyweight boxer of this era, lineal champion, and Tyson Fury to make himself an undisputed champion and a 2-weight class undisputed champion. At that, he joins the club with Terence Crawford and Monster Inoue. Is Alexander Usyk, pound for pound, the best fighter in the world right now? Let me know in the comments. It's your boy Clay Moraine at ATP Combat Media Show. I just got here to work, about to check in, get ready to go and do what I got to do. And I'll see you guys soon. And we out.